All right. Hi, y'all. It is Monday, the 20th. We have exactly just under 2 weeks left of the month. Holy crap. Oh, and 3 days till my birthday. So you guys make sure you pencil that in on your calendar. Wish me a happy birthday. Dunkin' gift cards, I recommend. Not really. Okay. We are going to start off with recognition. Today we are going to be talking all about your why. And I've got a guest speaker that I'm going to let you guys chat with her. Her name's Charmaine. She's been with me since OG days, since like March or April. But lately she's been having kind of a rough time just finding herself and balance in mom life, coach life, wife life, all the different hats. And so she has had to really kind of hone in on her why, and that is really what's getting her through. And so she'll talk to you guys about really the importance of establishing it, and how she kind of came to the grasp of her why, and how that is helping her in her business. I'm going to mute everybody, and I'm going to share my screen for some recognition. All right. I've got all these notifications coming in. All right. Can you guys see my screen? Thumbs up. Perfect. Okay, so here is our Success Club Leadership Board. For you new folks that are on the card, Success Club is when you help 3 people a month you get into Success Club. That's our main goal, is 3 people a month. And so that ensures, 1, you get your shakes paid for, and 2, that you are on the tracks to leading a successful business. And so you help 3 people, you get to Success Club 5. How you get Success Club points is by signing people up with a challenge pack. And you'll get 2 Success Club points for every single challenge pack. And so currently the only one who has locked it in so far is me. I'm at Success Club 52. It's okay. You guys got plenty of time. 2 weeks. Totally doable. We've got 2 amazing girls that are one person away. There's no reason why you should stay in that one away. You guys for sure should move over. It's one life. You guys have already helped 2 amazing people, which is freaking amazing. Might as well add another person onto there. We've got Emily Barnes and Natalie Bearson. And then we've got 3 amazing ladies that are so close who have already helped changed one life. We've got Kenzie Hicks, Candace Scrondle. I swear, Candace, she's not on this call, but I never can pronounce her name, and she's been with me forever. And Brittany Brower helped her first person and literally signed up like 20 minutes ago. Just kidding. Not really, but a week ago. It's amazing. So proud of you there, Brittany. So that is that. And like I said, y'all, we have, let me look at this calendar. A week and 1, 2, 3, 4 days. A week and 4 days. You guys can completely lock it in. Even if you're not on the board yet, you can still hit Success Club. That's 3 lives in a week and a half. And if you hone in on your why, if you hone in on inviting and really just being a product of the product, you can. Okay, I'm going to stop my share. All right, let me turn this down. It's like killing my eyes. Okay, so we are going to start. I'm going to mute everybody just because. Okay, so I first want to start with vision. And so when we're talking about, Beachbody and network marketing, it can get so difficult. You look online and you see every single person is doing some kind of network marketing, or you're getting tons of no's. And maybe you're just a few days into this and you're wanting to dive deep, but you're getting no's and you're getting discouraged. And that's totally normal. But what I'm going to talk to you guys right now is about establishing a vision. And so establishing a vision is a lot less of like the hokey pokey, you've got to visualize and say it every single day, but really picturing yourself where you want to be a week from now, 3 weeks from now, a year from now. Because if you visualize who you want to be, and it will manifest. Like, I cannot tell you guys, whenever I started this, I started coaching. A little bit backstory about me, for some of you guys new people. I started coaching in January. So like 2 seconds ago, literally. I started coaching in January. No, not January, March. Why did I say January? March. I started coaching at the very, very beginning of March. And so I have been learning this as I go. But I knew the second I became a coach, I was like, okay, I want to retire myself. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know who's going to help me do it. I don't know, like, I just know that that's what I'm going to do. I visualized what my life would be like if I retired myself. I visualized what my family would be like, what it would help, how it would help my mom, or not my mom, my mother-in-law, with her being able to go back to work. I visualized all that stuff, and that is what kept me going every single day. I was like, okay, I've got 30 no's. I want to quit. I'm burnt out. I've gotten all these no's, but then I was like, I knew I was going to be able to do this eventually. I knew I was going to be able to retire myself. I knew I was going to be able to raise my child. I don't know about any of you other working mamas, but I had mom guilt, like something fierce. Every single time I had to miss a doctor's appointment, or every single time that I had to call a babysitter because was on call for work and had to go sign some papers or something. Every single time that, she did her first thing, even when she did like a first burp, I wasn't there. And I know that's really weird, but like all those firsts I missed. And so I knew that I didn't want to miss any more firsts. I didn't want to miss her first day to school. Like, I wanted to be able to take her to her first day of school. I didn't want to miss being able to pick her up. And so I visualized what my life would be like. And so you guys, when you are thinking about your vision, you need to think about what you want this to happen. So what is going to keep you going through all the no's? What's going to keep you going through all of the ups and downs that is this business? Because it's just like any other job. You've got your highs and you've got your lows. Those highs are really high, but those lows are really low. And so what's going to keep you pushing through those lows to get back to the highs? Because y'all, it's always like this. Any job we have, if you are a nurse or a teacher or anything, there's always things you love about your job, and there's always things you really, like me, sending out those invites. I love talking to the people, but I don't love the act of sending out the invites. And so, but it's something you have to do, and if you do it, then it's going to get you towards that vision. And so what I really want us to work on whenever we get off this call is thinking, okay, so you guys obviously are all super interested into the coaching opportunity for whatever reason. If it's, financial freedom, or to be able to just pay for your shakes or whatever, think about how this would impact your life. Think about and really visualize how this could impact your life a week from now, and then a month from now, and then a year from now. Those are the 3: a week, a month, and a year. And just really see what those could do. Maybe a week from now, you are able to help one person and have an extra $50 in your pocket to get your nails done or whatever. Maybe a month from now, you're being able to pay for your Shakeology in full, so you don't have to do that extra expense. Maybe a year from now, you are retiring yourself and running your own call like this with a bunch of other amazing girls. And so you got to first think about that is what your vision's going to be. And then how you're going to find that vision is establishing your why. And so your why is why you are going to show up every single day. Show up for yourself in your own fitness journey, show up for yourself in your business, and show up for yourself just in life in general, for your family, everything. And so when you establish this why has to be so deep. This why has to be so deep. Like me, when I established my why, I cried. I'm an emotional wreck in general, but like I knew in the beginning, my why was I wanted to get over my depression. At this point in January, I was suicidal. I hated everything about myself. I had visualized me running a stop sign or a red light just to not have to go to work. And I didn't really care what happened to me. just being honest. And so my why at the beginning of this wasn't financial. It wasn't anything. It was just to become a better me. And I know it's kind of hard, like the fun-loving, amazing person we see here today, but it's real. And so what my why was, it had nothing to do with money. It just had something to do with being the best me possible and really sticking to my diet and nutrition. And I knew the way for me to stick to it, finally, after yo-yoing for so long, was to make this a business, was to show up. My job was to show up every single day for me. And so I had to do it to make an income. And so that was my why at the beginning. But the best thing about your why, y'all, is you can evolve your why as you evolve. And so whenever you, at the beginning, your why might be something like mine. It might be emotional, but then you might semi-conquer that why, and your why is going to evolve. Maybe it's to pay for the Shakeology. And then after that, you've accomplished that why, and it's all like baby steps. And so you will never not have a why, because then you're just never going to want, you'll lose the urge to show up every single day on those hard days. And trust me, Charmaine's going to talk a little bit about that, on how a strong why helps you on those hard days, because there are hard days. I'm not going to lie. This is a business and there's going to be hard days. But I kind of want to chat with you guys about the consistency and how important your why is versus your consistency. And so with consistency, you have got to show up every single day, not just for yourself, but for your business. It's kind of like, I like to use the escalator analogy. And so you guys can like visualize, and I know we're talking a lot of visualization, but visualize yourself on an escalator. You know, you got that momentum. You're planting those seeds. You're showing up. You're posting. You're doing things in your business. You're going up in that escalator. What if you just stopped? You just stopped posting because you fell off the tracker, or you just stopped eating your right meals because you fell off the wheel again. Then you are going to go back down on that escalator. All that progress you made, all that momentum you were getting on that escalator is gone, because you're now on the downward track back down because you fell off or you wasn't consistent or something. And so having that strong why, which I actually, in my planner, I have my why every single day on a sticky note where I look at it, and I say it like 5 to 10 times, because I've been having a lot of hard days here lately. I'm not going to lie. And so really looking at that and honing in on that. But I have to remember, I am on an escalator moving up. And so we have to stay consistent. And that's with planting those seeds. And every single day you're posting, you're planting a seed. Every single day that you are commenting on other people's stuff, you're planting a seed. And eventually it's going to sprout into this business. And I know this is all like really whooshy, whatever shit, but y'all, it's real. And so I really want you guys to think about that and hone in on that why. It's not something you're going to be able to come up with overnight. You know, I don't want the stereotypical why of, oh, I just want to, you know, I want to help people. We all know you want to help people. That's why you're here. You have a heart for helping people. What is it deeper? What is it that's going to keep you showing up on those days that you don't want to show up? I know, well, she's not on this call, but Candace has been having a lot of really hard days. And so but her why is so deep, and I can't really share it because I don't know if I have permission, but we're going to get into that. But y'all, I know I'm just kind of talking in circles. One, because I didn't really plan. I was just kind of going off passion. But I want you to do that. And so when you're done with your why, I want you to message that to me. And so we can kind of chat with it, because I want to know every one of your whys, because I want to know what is driving you to do this. What is driving you to come and show up every day, to be the better person, to go through those trainings, to deal with the rejection as well as the, you know, love and support. And so what is going to drive you? But I am going to pass this over to Charmaine real quick. She's going to chat about it, and then I will move over into something else just to close this. It's going to be a shorter one, but I'm going to unmute Charmaine, and I'm going to mute myself. And she's going to take off. Take it off, babe.
All right. Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? Thumbs up?
Yes.
Just horrible. Okay, so my why. First, I want to say my why was to bring my husband home from his second job. My husband, he works 2 jobs just to provide for me and my family. You know, we just came out of, I know a lot of you know, we just came out of a homeless situation where we lost our home. I lost my car. We basically lost everything. We were homeless for 6 months. And later on, were able to buy our first home. And I had to quit my job after I had my baby because we could not afford daycare for 2 kids. It was just too expensive for us to care. So I had to quit my job and forced to become a stay-at-home mom. So after that, after we bought this house, I was offered the coaching opportunity by Allie. I'm like, oh, this is great. I was telling my husband about it. You know, I can bring in extra income and, you know, help out with the expenses, bring you home so you don't have to work the second job. And that is what I went on, was to bring my husband home. And then I read the book, Get Over Your Damn Self. I just got done finishing reading that book. And she was like, you know, your why. First, your why is going to be to help somebody else, in which that was mine. But you're not going to stick to it if it's not for you, if that why is not for you. So I had to reevaluate, you know, what is really my why? What is my why? Why am I doing this? Why am I going to put my all into this for myself? And it's to really to make it so I don't feel like I'm not contributing to my family, household needs. Like, it kills me to feel like, you know, for me to sit home and watch my husband go out at the crack of dawn just to work 4 hours and be dead on tired and only get 4 or 5 hours of sleep, if that. And to know that I'm sitting here and I can't help him makes me feel like a crock of shit. So that is my why, is to make it so I feel like I'm actually doing something worthy for my family. So there has been times, I'm not going to lie, it gets hard. I'm not as fortunate as Allie for my business just to skyrocket off. I mean, it's been tough. I have my days. I've had times where I sat and cried. I've called her bawling, and it gets tough. But, you know, there were times I didn't post because I'm like, you know what? I'm going through my stuff. I don't feel like posting. I don't feel like storing. You know, I just want to break. I just want to step away for a while. That, you know, this is all just getting to me. It's too much. But that's not helping me out. That's not helping me get to my why. And I didn't story for like 2 days. And my followers realized that. I had people messaging me asking, are you okay? I haven't seen you post, you know, in a couple of days, or I haven't seen you story. And these are people who never commented. These are people who never voted in a poll. These are people who never even interacted in my stories or anything. But yet these people reached out to me and asked, hey, are you okay? Because they see you, they follow you because they love you. They may not say anything, but it dawned on me, okay, look, people are watching you. People care, because I really thought people do not care what I have to say. They don't care what I'm doing. They can care less. And I put that in my head to, you know, why am I doing this? Because there's no point. Nobody cares. Nobody's joining me. I have stragglers here and there. I had one just join me. She actually turned me down twice, and then she reached out to me and she signed up and she's loving it. And then I get those moments and I take that and I hold on to it and be like, okay, you know what? There's probably more people out there that feels that way, that feels like, you know, I really want to do it, but I don't want to do it. I'm scared. I'm intimidated. So you're going to have those people that are like her, who will turn you down countless amount of times until that one time they be like, okay, you know what, let me give it a shot. And they do it. With me, my vision is, of course, by December, that is my goal, is to have my husband come home from that second job. I want my husband home. I don't want my husband having to get up at 12 midnight to go to another job and then come home at 5:30 in the morning and then have to be back at work at 8 o'clock. Like, that's not ideal for me, and I hate it, and it's killing him slowly. I want to be able to put my daughter back in dance. We had to pull her out of dance because we couldn't afford it. Dance is not cheap, especially for all what she wanted to do. Shoes, clothes, all of that. None of that's cheap. So we had to pull her out, and she's mentioned it to me plenty of times the past couple of weeks, how she wants to go back into dance and to tumbling and all that. And right now we just can't afford it. So I want to be able to do that by December. Is to put her back into dance, bring my husband home, and be able to pay for it out of my expenses. One thing, I want to be able to pay for vacations. I want to take the kids out to Disney World for the summer. That on me. Nothing, not using none of my husband's money from his job, none of that. It all is going to come from me. I'm putting it out there. I know it's going to happen. I've told my husband that, get ready. We're going to Disney World next summer. That is the plan. This is going to be a planned out surprise trip for my kids because my son is like uber crazy over Mickey Mouse. That's the thing, Mickey Mouse. And my daughter, she's at the age where she like couldn't understand, like, that's the age I first went, and I want her to experience. I want my family to experience real vacations. I want to go out for my 5-year anniversary. Me and my husband didn't get to have a honeymoon. I want to be able to pay for us to go out of the country. We've never been out of the country. I want to do that for us, just me and him. I want to take a couple trips and leave the kids home. I want to be able to go out with my girlfriend and be like, hey, let's go here for the weekend, because she doesn't have kids. She's a nurse practitioner. She has a lot of downtime, and she's always talking about, oh, how she's bored, da-da-da-da. She wants to do this, she wants to do that. I can't afford just to jump up and go somewhere far for a whole weekend. It's just not possible for me, not right now. So I want to be able to enjoy life. That is my thing, is to enjoy life, not worry about bills and, living paycheck to paycheck, none of that. I want to be able to be comfortable and not stress over that stuff and know, you know what, you're able to do this because of this opportunity. And this is a blessing in disguise for me. Because something deep down in my soul tells me, you know what, something is going to change and it's about to happen here fast. And I can't explain the feeling, but I feel it. And my advice is for you to be consistent. I can tell you I was not consistent. I've been doing this, 4 months now, 4 or 5 months, going on 5 months. I have not been consistent at 4 or 5 months. I will be honest with you there. And so those times I did cry and weep and woe is me and whatever. There was no reason. I wasn't putting in my full effort, potential, whatever. I wasn't giving it my all. So I was crying for what? For something that I wasn't doing. That's why I wasn't seeing it. But even though I have changed that the past 2 weeks, has been completely game changer. The posts, my page is completely different. The interactions are crazy. The messages I get from people that I've been invited in the past that turned me down, but they see the difference. Like, girl, where do you get your shirts? I've taken time to invest into my company. It may not be with Beachbody products, whatever, but it's what relates to me. I love coffee. People know that. I love Starbucks. I love my screen teas. Like, I'm obsessed with blush and pink. I love that. Ooh, Allie. She said boo because she's a Dunkin' lover. I love Starbucks.
before I knew she was Starbucks is when I invited her. Before I knew she was Starbucks. Just doesn't work out.
You're horrible.
Okay, so I have a question. So whenever you were saying that you weren't very consistent and that's why you feel like you haven't been hitting Success Club and stuff like that. Is there a time where you felt like you were like 2 months ago is when you hit Success Club 8? And I guess the month after is where you didn't even hit Success Club. Did you feel that, you know, like I was talking about the escalator effect, did you feel like the momentum and has it been easier or harder to build it back up than when you were before? Like,
it's been harder. It's totally been harder to build it back up when you don't hit it and when you see it and you're like, well, damn. And it gets you down. It puts you in a funk and you're like, well, why am I doing this? And you don't put in the effort that you did before to get where you need to be. So yeah, it totally was 10 times harder to get back up.
And okay, so three, we'll let you leave with this. 3 pieces of advice to get like back out of that funk. So like you said, you were in a deep depression, you were in a funk, you were second guessing everything you were doing. Mm-hmm. What are 3 things other than me, because I know it was a big one, that that helped you get kind of back out of that and kind of reinvent yourself into this bigger, better, more badass Charmaine?
Of course, you're number 1. She gives good, tough love, of course. You got to have that tough love. But I would say personal development has been key because I wasn't consistent on that. And that right now has been a big, like, helpful thing in my whole business. Like,
what are you reading right now? So maybe the other girls can.
I just got done with Get Over Your Damn Self. I did Girl Wash Your Face, but I've actually been doing the Gold Digger podcast and I've been doing Rachel Hollis podcast too.
The Rise.
Like I go between the two. Like,
and if you're married, they have Rachel Hollis. If you're married, Rachel Hollis has a Rise together.
On Thursday. Mm-hmm.
So good.
Yeah.
Also,
and then,
one more podcast, Charmaine, just for everybody. Oprah has a Super Soul Conversation podcast. Some of them are a little out there, a little bit more woo, but other ones, like, they speak to my soul. So if you guys, and like she said, and I know I'm interrupting, but like personal development, I thought it was the cheesiest thing ever. My first entire year of doing Beachbody, my coach was like, do personal development. And I'm like, why? No, I don't read, number 1. I don't have time to read, number 2. And I don't care to read, number 3. And like, I understand it takes time and it takes some getting used to, but if you find one, which I highly recommend, Girl Wash Your Face is your first one, because that one's you're not able to put that one down. But if you just invest in 10 minutes a day, you will start to see your mind shift. Not only are you going to have posting content, you'll have content to post because you'll have inspirations within the book, highlight and stuff like that. But your mind is going to change. Girl Wash Your Face, she understands my Diet Coke addiction. Like, she understands my desire for a Taco Bell burrito. Like, y'all, I'm telling you, okay, I'm going to let Charmaine take it back. But I just had to, there's a reason why that was number 1 on her list. Because every day she called me having a hard time. I was like, are you doing your personal development? She's like, well, my kid this, my kid that. And like, now she will not go a day without her personal development.
And tell you the truth, it's crap, because all it does is take for you to put some damn earbuds in your ear and listen to it. So it was just me making an excuse for myself. So yeah, call BS on your own stuff if you have to. But I would say, honestly, the last thing will be do it for you. Doing it every day for you. I have a lot of motivational quotes in my house, around my house, everywhere around my house, my kids' room, living room, bedroom, name it. And there's one where I pass as soon as I walk in the living room, and you see it when you enter my house. And it says, speak truth. That's the last thing it says. And every day I'm about to cry. I read that and I have to remember to speak truth in my life and what I'm capable of. And, you know, not doubt myself and what I can do, because it does get hard, but you have to remember that you are strong and you're capable, and it's for you. It's not for nobody else, it's for you, and do it for yourself. And it's going to feel so good, so good. You don't know who's watching you and the lives you could be changing out there. And that one, just even if that one person messages you and tells you, you know, I've really been watching you, you really encourage me, I want to say thank you. And just to get that, and I've been getting that, I've been receiving that, and just to receive that makes me feel like, okay, I'm doing something right, and this is the reason I'm doing it. This is my why. This is what I'm doing this for. It's for other people and for myself, and to encourage people just like me and let them know, you know what, you can do this. Hard times, whatever. I've been through hell and back, but I'm here stronger than ever. And I need to continue to speak truth in my life and know that I am capable of taking my business wherever I want it to go. And the sky is the limit. It is. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I didn't even say anything.
You have us all in our feels right now.
I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Okay. Sorry. I kind of just want to end with this. It's like, and just to emphasize on what Charmaine said, is you cannot do this for anyone else but yourself. And so if you're saying like, I'm doing this because I want to, you know, find a man, or I'm doing this because I want my husband to look at me the way he did when I was 50 pounds lighter, or I'm doing this because of XYZ, or because of everyone that bullied me, you're not going to get anywhere. It's just like in your fitness journey. If you don't like, and I'm going to use my husband as an example because he's not on this call. He is significantly overweight. I had been spent so much time trying to like get him to join me and do this with me and like, let's be healthy together. But it's true as in with your fitness journey, as it is in with your personal journeys, you cannot be successful in anything until it's what you want. Mm-hmm. Until it's what you want through and through. Like, I know I'm going to use Christina as an example, like 3 months. I invited her 3 months ago. I sent her the link. We chatted about it. She told me how scared she was, but excited, and then ghost. And I kept following up with her. I kept, you know, but it wasn't the right time for her. And so 3 months later, you know, we still kept this relationship. We still talked about 4th of July's and stuff like that. There wasn't pressure, but y'all, everybody will come around when they are ready, but they have to decide for themselves. Now, my husband's running every single night and, you know, eating his version of clean, but it's when they want to do it. And so with your business, it's not about like, if you want to do it for your husband, or if you want, like Charmaine's known she wanted to do it to bring her husband home for the longest, but it wasn't until she started thinking what she wanted to do about it for herself, what it was doing for herself. And if you scroll, I mean, just scroll a little bit on her page, not all the way back, because then you're going to see the post that she's not going to want you to see. then everyone's going to go look for it, I know. But she has made such, and even me, like we have made such transformations, but it's when we decided we wanted to do this for us. So when we decided we wanted to figure out who we were through this. And so your page is going to be completely different from today. A week from now, maybe even 3 months from now, you're going to still be changing because you are going to be constantly evolving. But as long as you guys know why you want to do this, not only your fitness journey, but your business journey for yourself, then you're going to be unstoppable. But again, establishing your why in your business journey is just as important as establishing your why in your fitness journey. Because y'all, we're health and fitness coaches first. We need to pour into ourselves first. We have to focus on ourselves before we can focus on anybody else. And so knowing why you're doing this, knowing why this is your time, Sure, you're going to lose, your way sometimes. You're going to find yourself in the drive-thru at McDonald's ordering a double cheeseburger and a large fry and not know what the fuck just happened. But you've got to remember why we're going to continue doing this. And so I want to just reemphasize, I know it sounds really cheesy. I thought it was cheesy first. I'm like, why? It's because I want to make money. Like, why else would I be doing this? But y'all, it goes so much deeper. I mean, Charmaine just had us crying with like, it goes so much deeper than that. And like Charmaine said, put it somewhere where you see it every single day. Not just your business why, but your fitness why also. And so your homework, dig deep. Take the week, figure out what that why is, and live, breathe that why. Post it everywhere in your house, tattoo it on your hand. I don't care. But I want you guys to really hone in on that, because that's what's going to help you when things get hard. And they're going to get hard before they get easy. My success is, like Charmaine said, my success is not her success. Her success is not my success. And she even messaged me along. She's like, I found myself comparing myself to you. I find myself comparing myself to other people. But y'all, comparison is the thief of joy. Your journey is not anyone else's. Your journey is your journey. And so don't compare it to Charmaine's. Don't compare it to Ashley's. Don't compare it to Brittany's. It's your journey. Allie's journey is Allie's journey. Allie's business is Allie's business, just like Charmaine's is. And we're all doing things differently. And our highs are going to come at different times. There might be a month that I hit Success Club 5 and Charmaine hit Success Club 30. And like, it's just how it happens for us. So I just wanted to also say that, because y'all, I know this was just a ramble call, but seriously, it's so important. And to also not compare yourself. Don't compare, just like, especially even in our boot camp. Some girls, will say, oh my God, I lost 5 pounds. And then you'll be like, I didn't lose anything. And then find yourself self-sabotaging, because you find yourself in this rut because, oh, am I not doing this right? I just busted my ass and this girl lost this and this. Don't do that. Celebrate the small things in your business and in your fitness journey. So I'm going to leave us with that. Next week, I'm going to go over my tracking system. And so I use Google Streaks to track everything. And I know we have a bunch of new coaches here, so you guys might want to start tracking off right. So that's going to be a really big call, because I'm going to invite our bigger family to it. But I just kind of wanted you guys to have a heads up on that. I am going to let you guys go. I love you guys. I want to hear all of your whys, so message them to me, post them in the team page if you feel comfortable. Let us celebrate and help keep each other accountable. But I will talk to you guys later. Love you guys. Bye.